Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It's Sunday morning, coffee kind of morning. Nice sunny day out there today. A little tired. It's been a long weekend of work already. Have to work again this evening, but I wanted to show you some great album finds that I picked up and talk about those. Also, a reminder: just put entered. I just submitted. Um, I posted a contest that I'm going to be running. Um, Band changes and which version is better. Basically, show 5 bands, talk about the changes they went through, whether it be lineup changes, additions of musicians, um, through circumstance, whether, maybe, for example, ACDC, Bon Scott era versus Brian Johnson era. Which do you prefer? And I chose the Bon Scott era just because of the um, stage performance, the rock and roll performance that he had. Even though Brian Johnson has been with them longer and does an amazing job, it's just something about that Bon Scott era that I really like. So that type of idea. Chance to win a $40 Amazon gift card, and you have until April 6th to do it. Let me know, please, that you've submitted an entry by leaving a comment on my video. And good luck to everyone. Really looking forward to people's entries on this one. So, again, I wanted to just show you a few albums I picked up in the last little while. It feels good to get out and dig and to pick up some stuff. We've been in a lockdown for the most part of January and early February. So it was nice just to get out and start digging again, rather than just doing that curbside stuff. Because digging, you can find all kinds of gems that you don't even think of, where curbside you've got to actually pick an album or pick whatever you're going to purchase, and you're missing out on all kinds of stuff. So picked up, I already showed you this one last week, but I'm going to show it again just because I can. I picked up the Kinks. Give the people what they want. This is a great album. These guys are so good. Their back catalog and their deep tracks are just rockin' tunes. They're such great writers, great singers, great performers. This is 1981 release, 19th studio album. Um, Again, you just don't realize how good these guys are. They don't get talked too much about on the in the vinyl community. You got Better Things, Destroyer, Predictable, big singles off of this one. And I found this one this week, Low Budget, another fine one. This is 1979 release. I Wish I Could Fly Like Superman's a big single off of this one. This is a really good album. It's on the Arista label, and pleased to have that. I previously had from these guys another great album, Sleepwalker, and one of their last theatrical albums, Schoolboys in Disgrace, concept album about a headmaster taking advantage and abusing and pointing out and singling out a schoolboy bully, basically. A lot of doo-wop in this one, theatrical rock, great stuff. And of course, their classic, the Kinks are the Village Green Preservation Society. This has both a stereo and mono version in it as well. But great, fine album. Also got a ton of bonus tracks on this one too. So that's the Kinks find. So happy to have those ones. Previously I had this one. This is an amazing album. Love it. One of my favorites. I've had this one for a long time. Excuse me. Of course, you got Eric Clapton, amazing guitarist on this one. You've got John McVie, who later went down to Fleetwood Mac, bassist. John Mayhill, so good. Um, Shared vocals between Eric Clapton and John Mayhill. So fine, fine album. But I found this one this week. This is The Turning Point by John Mayhill. It's a live album, recorded at Bill Graham's Fillmore East in 1969. It's got John Almond on flute and sax, John Mark on acoustic guitar, John Mayhill, of course, on guitar and harmonica, keyboards, vocals, and slide guitar, and Steve Thomas on bass. Notice I didn't mention a drummer. There's no drummer on this one. And pretty amazing that there's no drummer on this album. But it's a brilliant album. It really, really is. It's full of. It's on the Polydor label, by the way. It's acoustic blues and rhythm and blues. A lot of slide work on it as well. But there's no blues lead guitar in it, which is weird. But there's some acoustic lead, which is great. But there's no that classic electric lead guitar that you can hear in most blues albums or songs. This is a great, great album. Really, really good. So I'm glad to find that one. I had to go with a Canadian band. I found this amazing album, One Fine Morning. I love this cover. Of course, the big hit, One Fine Morning, off of this one. This is on the GRT label. 1971 release, psychedelic rock, jazz rock. Lighthouse is a great jazz rock, fusion rock, a lot of horns, a lot of strings, kind of like Canada's version of Chicago, but not so many ballads. They're more rockin' than Chicago is actually. And looking it up, they've actually played some concerts with Chicago as well. They've won a Juno Award for Best Album between 72, 73, and 74. And amazing, amazing album. I previously had Can You Feel It? Can You Feel It? Again, 1973 release. And 1974's Good Day. All great albums. Pretty Lady, big hit off of those. They're both Juno Award winners. And Lighthouse. If you don't know Lighthouse, definitely check them out. One Fine Morning. What's next? What is next? The Outlaws. So previously had this one, The Outlaws. This is Ghost Rider. Amazing band. Ghost Rider, of course. Ghost Riders in the Sky, big hit off of this one. Southern rock at its best. They've, of course, big hit, also, of course, Green Grass and High Tides as well. This is a great album. But I found Lady in Waiting. I love that cover as well. Look at that beautiful, beautiful cover. It's on the Arista label. So Lady in Waiting is the second studio album released in 1976. They do a great cover of Freeborn Man, Breaker Breaker, and Stick Around for Rock and Roll. Freeborn Man is a great, amazing song. And great Southern rock band. So good. Again, that cover is just beautiful. Album's in great shape. Love it. My notes are all messed up here. Aaron Muth Almar reminded me how good this album is. We started to do some type of a live show between Glenn Calloway, myself, and Aaron Muth Almar, but my system messed up. That was about a month ago. We got to get back into that, guys, and get back into doing that. But he was showing this album here, Aldo Nova, another great Canadian artist. Unfortunately known as a one-hit wonder. He's from Montreal. Won a Grammy Award for Album of the Year in 1982. Double platinum album. But again, he's been categorized as a one-hit wonder and is listed at number 77 of the 100 greatest 80s hit wonders, which is unfortunate because this album just rocks. It really does. A lot of power ballads on here, a lot of great straight-ahead rock and roll. But he just has that, I guess he put everything into this album and hasn't really done anything since, but this is a great find. So happy to have it. What's next? I found this one. This is Manfred Mann. This is Nightingales and Bombers. Of course, Manfred Mann, a great English rock band formed by South African Manfred Mann. They were known for the big hit by Bruce Springsteen, Blinded by the Light. They do an amazing job on that one. I prefer that one 10 times over the Bruce Springsteen version. They also cover For You and Spirit of the Night. I already had a couple of their albums. I had Roaring Silence. Roaring Silence, again, this has Blinded by the Light on it. I love that cover with the mouth in the ear. The 1976 release, 7th studio album. And I already had Chance, sorry. Chance is the 10th studio album. A lot of great prog rock, progressive rock, pop rock on this one. And then Nightingales and Bombers, 1975 release. Spirit of the Night is the big single off of this one. Another great pop rock, prog rock album. These guys are so good, so underrated. They really are. This is on the Warner Brothers label. But great band. But and I never tire of that Blinded by the Night song either. So good. And finally, a band that I'm really starting to get into. You hear all their great hits, Long Cool Woman, Bus Stop. So I found a bunch of Hollies albums. They've been around since 1962. Again, huge band from the 60s and 70s. Pop rock, psychedelic rock, soft rock, hard rock, they do it all. Folk rock. Originally had Graham Nash in it, who left in 1969 to form Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. But this beautiful album, Distant Light. Distant Light is the 1971 release, the 11th album, and also the last to feature Alan Clark, the founding member, on it. This one has Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress and Long Dark Red on it. Amazing album. Love that cover as well. Love that cover. And another fine album. This is Romani. Beautiful album. Sounds so good. This is on the Epic label. 1972's released, 12th studio album. First album not to have Alan Clark on it. He'd be replaced by Swedish singer Mikael Rickfors. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. But it's a great album. Rickford has more of a David Clayton Thomas voice, but it doesn't take away from the greatness of this album. It's so good. So good. Really, really good. Another Night 15 studio album, and the second album to have Alan Clark back as lead vocal. They do a great version of Bruce Springsteen's 4th of July Asbury Park, and Another Night on this one. Amazing album. Love this cover as well. A Crazy Steel, 18th studio album. 18th. Yeah, 18th studio album. They do a great cover of Emmylou Harris's Boulder to Birmingham on this one. Not really big on this cover here, but a great album. I wonder sometimes what bands are thinking when they do these covers. But can't take away from the album. It's greatness. Greatness. Harmonies in this band. They can rock it out with the best of them. They really can. On this album for sure. This is the Hollies. This is Clark, Hicks, Sylvester, Calvert, and Elliott. This is 1977 release. Contains some great tracks. Sandy from early Bruce Springsteen on here. 48 Hour. It's, again, full of great rock. Heavy rock. Classic rock. You got Sandy, 48 Hour, Parole. Heavy track. Thanks for the Memories, My Love, Star. Russian Roulette, another great track. Dragging My Heels, Love Is the Thing. It Won't Move Along, and Right On. Good stuff. So there you have it. There's some great finds, some great bands that I'm really getting into, like the Hollies and the Kinks. Glad I found that Aldo Nova album. Sorry, I'm stumbling my words this morning. And of course, Man for Man. Great little band that no one really talks about too much, but you can't take away from their greatness. And some great Canadian content in Lighthouse. I always try to add to my collection with some great Canadian stuff, and Lighthouse is definitely a band to discover and get into and listen to. So if you don't know Lighthouse, check them out for sure. Anyway, guys, have yourself a great day. Go to my contest, join up, sign up, let me know, enter, get a chance to win a $40 Amazon gift card. And take care. Good luck to everyone. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.